now, let's get to the list of the top 10 richest women in the world. Starting at number 10, Suzanne Gladden, $18.6 billion. The 10th richest woman in the world is Suzanne Gladden. She has a net worth of $18.6 billion. Suzanne got her riches through investments in BMW, SGL, Altana, and other companies. She even received her BMW shares from her parents after they died. Her grandfather's company, Altana, became successful when she innovated it into a chemical company. Number 9, Yang Huiyan, $22.5 billion. Ninth on our list is Yang Huiyan, who owns 55% of Country Garden Group, a property development company founded by her father, Yang Guiquan. Her net worth is $22.5 billion, making her one of the richest women in the world. She also has the throne of Asia's youngest billionaire at 40 years old. Yang's younger sister, Ziyang, is also a member of Country Garden's board of directors. She's the chairman of Bright Scholar Education Holdings, a Chinese education firm that went public on the NYSE in 2007, which is owned by her aunt. She graduated from Ohio State University with a bachelor's degree. Number 8, Iris Fontbona, $23.1 billion. The 8th spot is for Iris Fontbona. She has a net worth of $23.1 billion, which makes her Chile's richest person. Antofagasta, a mining business situated in Chile, is owned by Fontbona and her heirs. She is also the majority owner of Cuenco, a Chilean conglomerate, and involved in philanthropy. Number 7, Gina Reinhardt, $25.2 billion. Number 7 is Gina Reinhardt. She's the current executive chairman of Hancock Prospecting, an inheritance from her father. She is renowned due to making the company one of the world's most powerful mining corporations, which gained her a net worth of $25.2 billion. Reinhart was born in Perth, Western Australia on February 9, 1954. Her parents, Hope Margaret Nicholas and Lang Hancock, raised her as their only child. Reinhart attended Perth's St. Hilda's Anglican School for Girls. She studied economics at the University of Sydney before dropping out and working for her father in Pilbara iron ore business. This is where she gained substantial understanding of the industry. Reinhart revived HPPL and turned it into one of Australia's most successful private companies. Number 6, Miriam Adelson, $25.6 billion. Coming in at number 6 is Miriam Adelson, who gained a huge fortune after marrying business magnate Sheldon Adelson. While she is well known for her political contribution, she is best recognized for her riches, which comes from her majority ownership of Las Vegas Sands and a net worth of $25.6 billion. Adelson is well known for being a Trump supporter. She and her husband were Trump's most generous donors, throughout his presidency contributing the most to his 2016 campaign, inauguration, defense fund against the Mueller probe into Russia's meddling, and the 2020 campaign. Number 5, Mackenzie Scott, $46.1 billion. Next is Mackenzie Scott, formerly Mackenzie Scott Bezos, who has a $46.1 billion net worth. Scott made a fortune after her divorce from Amazon founder Jeff Bezos when she received 4% of Amazon stock, resulting in a fortune of billions. After her divorce, she also involved herself into several charities. Scott and Bezos married in 1993 and then relocated to Seattle in 1994, where Bezos founded Amazon. Scott was one of Amazon's pioneer workers, and she was significantly involved in the company's early days, such as helping to develop the company's brand, business plan, accounts, and fulfilling early orders. She also secured the company's first freight contract. Scott stayed out of the business, preferring to concentrate on her family and writing career. Number 4, Jacqueline Mars, $48.8 billion. Number 4 is Jacqueline Mars. Jacqueline Mars inherited her riches from the Mars Food Group, which is their family business. She and 2 of her brothers currently oversee the corporation. Mars now has a net worth of $48.8 billion. She is a trustee of the United States Equestrian Team and owner of a working organic farm in Virginia that is preserved by the Land Trust. She is also a member of the Washington National Opera, National Sporting Library, and the Fine Arts Museum Board of Directors. Number 3, Julia Koch, $56.9 billion. Number 3 is Julia Fletcher Koch. She gained her fortune after the death of her husband David H. Koch in 2019 and inherited a little more than 40% of Koch Industries, giving her a current net worth of $56.9 billion. Julia Margaret Fletcher was born on April 12, 1962. Her parents, Margaret and Frederick Fletcher, ran a furniture store called Fletcher in her early years. She grew up in Indianola, Iowa, but moved to Arkansas when she was 8 years old, and her parents started a clothing company called Peggy Fredericks. Fletcher traveled to New York City in 1984 after graduating from the University of Central Arkansas. She worked as fashion designer Adolfo's assistant and conducted fittings for Nancy Reagan. Number 2, Alice Walton, $62.7 billion. Second on the list is Alan Walton. For years, Alice Walton, the heiress to the Walmart empire, has been on the top 10 list. Her riches were passed down to her by her father, Sam Walton. Her net worth is currently $62.7 billion. This includes her shares in Walmart. Walton worked for First Commerce Corporation as a stock analyst and money manager, and then at Arvest Bank Group as the head of investment activities. She also worked as a broker for E.F. Hutton. Walton started Llama Bank in 1988 and served as president, chairperson, and CEO. Number 1, Francoise Bettencourt Meyers, $74.1 billion. Having the number 1 spot is the one and only Francoise Bettencourt Meyers. Her current net worth is $74.1 billion, according to Forbes. She inherited her wealth from her grandfather's business ventures, including L'Oreal Cosmetics. She is currently the company chairperson who owns more than 30% of the company. Françoise was raised as a devout Catholic. She is Lillian Bettencourt's only daughter and heiress, and she has produced multiple Bible interpretations. Her husband, Jean-Pierre Meyers, was the grandson of a rabbi who was murdered. Their children, Jean-Victor and Nicholas, who were raised as Jews. Her marriage sparked controversy because her grandfather, L'Oreal founder Eugene Schuler, was on trial for collaborating with the Nazi administration.